Hello and welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about separating components from the mixture. These topics are from CBSE Standard 9 syllabus from second chapter. So here I have noted down all the techniques which we are going to study in this category to separate these mixtures. So we will get an overview that what all techniques we are going to study and what it will separate. So first evaporation technique we are going to study, and it will separate solid plus liquid mixture. So from this we will separate solid. So example is salt plus water. Second technique is centrifugation. The example is cream and milk. Under same category we are going to study the centrifugation. The third is separating funnel, in which liquid mixture we are going to separate. Sublimation, that is solid mixture we are going to separate through sublimation. Then technique is chromatography, which we are using to separate colors of the ink. Then distillation and fractional distillation we are using to separate two liquid mixture. In this, distillation is for miscible liquids and fractional distillation is for the liquids whose boiling points are near. Eighth is separating components of the air. How can we separate the components of the air? We know that there are so many gases present into the air. So that is gaseous mixture is present in the air. So basically we are going to separate nitrogen, oxygen, argon and carbon dioxide gas from this mixture. And then last is purification technique for the water. So let us start study all the techniques. These techniques are very easy once you will understand the concept behind the technique, and you will understand that why we are using this technique and the condition related to that, then it will be really easy to understand. So under mixture of solid plus liquid, so the mixtures having two types of components. In that, one is solid and another one is liquid. So our mixture is solid plus liquid. That means we have in the mixture one component solid and one component liquid. So under this category of mixture, we have to study two different techniques. First is evaporation. We know that what is evaporation. Here I have taken example of salt plus water. I have dissolved some salt, that is NaCl, in the water. Now I want to separate these two. So I will utilize this evaporation technique. We can also perform this on the boiling water. The beaker full of water, we will heat it. Once that water will boil, we will put a petri dish on that and we will take the heat from the boiling water to evaporate the solution. Here we are utilizing a sand bath. This is known as sand bath. In this, a big vessel, sand is there, and on top of that sand I have put a petri dish. In the petri dish I have put my solution that consists of salt and water. So once this sand will be hot, it will pass the heat to this petri dish, this solution, and this solution will evaporate. So water will evaporate and at the last we will get our salt. So salt will be lying behind at the end of the heating. So this is how we are separating salt and water. But through evaporation, when we are separating solute and solvent, we are losing solvent at the end. At the end we will not get our solvent back because we are using this technique to separate solute and to recover solute. We will not get solvent at the last. We will only get our solute at the last. So when our solvent is volatile means it will evaporate with the help of heat. When our solvent is volatile and solute is non-volatile, that means with the help of heat it will not evaporate. So, and this condition we will use evaporation technique. And for which mixture we are using? For solid liquid mixture. And remember that when we are performing this technique, we are going to lose our solvent at the end. We will not recover it back. So this is how we are doing this. Now, under this category, solid liquid mixture, the another technique is centrifugation. In this, at the last, we will get both the components back. That is our solute and our solvent. Here I am taking example of cream and milk. How we are at home also, how we are separating cream from the milk. We are churning it very fast. So at the end of that churning, those fast rotation, the cream will be separated from the milk and it will be floating on top of the milk. The same thing we are applying here. This is how our centrifugal machine will look like. So in laboratory, this machine we are using to separate solute and solvent. Some of the solutions are like which we cannot separate through filtration. Those solute components we have already studied colloids. These colloids are impossible to separate through filter paper because they are very minute, the jelly-like particles. So it will pass through filter paper and we cannot separate through filter paper. So to separate colloids from the solvent, we are using this technique. In this test tube, we will take a solution and we will rotate it at a very high speed. So at the end of our rotation, we will get a colloids separated from the solvents. So it will be lying down at the test tube bottom. So you can, after that you can perform the sedimentation technique and you can take out the solvent from the top. So this is how we are separating cream from the milk and some colloids from the solvent. Now these are some of the important application of centrifugation technique, or you can also say the centrifugal force. So in diagnostic laboratories, when in laboratories there are samples for urines and bloods will be there, then those samples will get tested through this technique, that is centrifugation technique. In dairy and at home we are using this centrifugal force and this churning, and at home we are using blenders to separate cream from the milk. And at the third application, this centrifugal force we are using in washing machine to squeeze out water from the clothes, and we will get a dry clothes at the end of this centrifugation. So these are some important application of centrifugation, and this kind of centrifugal machine we will see at laboratories, and at household and at home also we are performing the same technique to separate cream from the milk. So this both technique we are utilizing to separate the mixture of solid plus liquid. This solids we cannot separate through filtration. Then when a solvent is volatile and solute is non-volatile, we will perform evaporation. But here we are going to lose our solvent at the end of procedure.